Good morning, investors and traders. This is Naimaz. I'm Chief Market Analyst at AvaTrade, and welcome to our daily update on our YouTube channel. And thank you so much for taking the time out to come and listen to our daily update, because this is your opportunity to learn about the markets and ask questions in this live session. So if you have any. Now, let's begin. But before we do that, as always, it is important for me to go through this disclaimer and market risk warnings. Anything which we'll be discussing in this particular video cannot be perceived as an advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisors. Now, first, in terms of our markets, what we are really looking at is, again, another surge to the upside. This is despite the fact that investors and traders are very much concerned about the US presidential election outcome. And in fact, today is the election day, and by Wednesday morning, we should have some sort of a clarity who's going to become the US president. Of course, as I've said many times, if Donald Trump comes back, then there is less uncertainty because market is very much familiar, and the market is already expecting a huge stimulus. But if Joe Biden comes back, then there is this, doesn't come back if he takes the presidency, because he's not going to come back. Of course, if he comes back, he's going to come back as a president, not as a vice president. There is this uncertainty in the market that how big the civil unrest is going to be, because Donald Trump isn't going to leave the office that easily. He's going to make the process very much incumbent. And there could be a court battles over the validity of rules, and that remains a major concern for investors and traders. And because of that, we are likely to see higher volatility, lower stock market in the coming days. But let's hope that the transition of power becomes a lot more smoother. And then if that happens, then that means that the stock market can really continue its journey to the upside. But coronavirus cases, the surge in coronavirus cases remains a major concern among investors and traders, because we have not seen any restrictive measures over in the United States. Yes, we have seen many of them in the United Kingdom, and of course in the UK, in the rest of the Europe as well. And even today, the EU leaders are meeting today in order to discuss other monetary policy measures in order to really soften the blow for this one. So that means in the coming months, we can see more easing from the ECB and of course from the Bank of England as well. But in terms of the commodity markets, we're still seeing very much move to the downside. This leg lower move for crude oil can really push the prices back towards the $30, especially if there's another lockdown or restrictive measures do take place in the United States. That's pretty much from my side. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.